detailed list of how to do it, and it's got humor in it, and it's in
That's
my
awesome.
favorite color.
I love those kinds of lists. I have checklists everywhere for that kind of thing.
He's just awesome. He's like, "Why would I berate you over this?" And I'm like, I'm just like, "Oh." They added humor and everything, like
Hmm.
wipe the gunk off the say. Oh my god, he's just
That's awesome. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're having an awesome day today. This is Danielle and Katie with ND Out Loud and ND High. I really need to get both logos up there. I got to figure out how to do that. Anyway,
yeah.
I hope you're having an awesome day. We're talking about why studying alone doesn't work for ADHD brains. And
Mhm.
this goes for studying alone, working alone, doing paperwork alone. If you're a therapist, doing your case study notes alone, doing anything alone. There's a reason why it doesn't work when you're ADHD and or autistic. And I say and or because there are lots of us that are combined. I am ADHD as a reminder. So, what are some of the biggest reasons why working alone doesn't work for an ADHD brain?
Oh my gosh. Well, one, we get so distracted. I mean, we have low levels of dopamine and norepinephrine, and when you have low levels of these neurotransmitters, it's harder to kind of get that spark and like self motivation going. And so, what happens when you don't get it going? You sit there for hours, either stressing over what you're going to do, or making endless lists of plans that don't work, or sit on your phone and doom scroll. That's a good one. Um,
Or massively deep clean something else that didn't need to be cleaned, like emptying out a
Procrastinating.
drawer that did not need to be cleaned.
Yes. In that moment, it might maybe eventually could have been cleaned, but in that moment, no, it did not need to be clean. Procrastinating. I'm very good at that.
And again, a lot of us. There's a reason why I bring that up. A lot of us are really, really good at that.
Yeah.
My closet is very, very clean. My office is not. It's the thing I've been cleaning to avoid cleaning the office stuff that has to be cleaned. But what are some of the big things when you get stuck in that procrastination? What are some of the things that happens to you in your brain when you're getting stuck in that procrastination?
Oh my gosh. Well, for me, I either go into a negativity spiral, like, oh my gosh, I tend to put off like the little things. Working for me is, I love working. I love doing my work because it's everything ADHD. It's exciting for me, but the little things like checking my bank statements, I hate that. And I always end up with a huge pile of bank statements. And then I'm like, oh my God, it's getting worse and worse and worse. And then I berate myself and I'm like, oh my God, how, this is so silly. How could I, and this is a nicer version of what I tell myself, but I can get really mean about myself, like, why couldn't you just take care of this when it started? Why couldn't you have why couldn't you have just cleaned off your dish instead of having now 3 days of dishes in your sink? It happens to all of us, but so getting down on yourself, that's one. Transitioning to something else that makes you feel better. So procrastinating, or some people, it's pushing off whatever you really want to be focusing on and just putting your energy somewhere else. It might be productive, but it's also not something that needs to be done in that moment. It's taking away from the thing you really need to get done.
Well, other things that I see a lot of my clients do is, again, doom scrolling. They get sucked into TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, wherever you doom scroll, the news, and then they end up spiraling into anxiety or
Mhm.
depression because of one, what they're watching. They're watching negative content or seeing toxic positivity stuff, which makes them feel worse about not doing the thing that they were supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Or it could be another shame spiral of, look what I spent 12 hours on TikTok and didn't make dinner and didn't buy groceries and didn't do the thing. And then you end up in that shame spiral
Yeah.
again. Or calling yourself all of those nasty names of
Yeah.
being lazy and dumb and stupid and why can't I do this, and
Yeah.
questioning, gaslighting yourself into thinking it's your fault.
And it's just not fun. And I say these things now, I'm becoming more aware of it because this is something I bring up to my clients is, you know, watch, that thing you just said, do you really feel that way about yourself? Sometimes I catch myself saying these negative things and I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. You're not a moron. I like to call myself that a lot. You're not a moron. But when you get into this, I feel like when I'm alone, I tend to be, yeah, a lot more critical of myself. And I tend to say and do things that I don't really mean
To yourself.
to myself. And
That
then it just causes a big disaster.
mm-hmm. It really does. It affects our mental health when we aren't able to complete the things we think we should be able to. Uh,
Yeah.
so body doubling. What are some of the cool things that body doubling does? So I'm going to bring up one thing first. It makes you feel successful.
Yeah.
But why? Why does body doubling do that for you?
Oh my gosh. Why does it do that? Why does it make me feel successful? Well, honestly, part of the reason why I like working from home is it's part of the reason why I sometimes try to escape body doubling, even though I know it's